You know how we get down. Yeah, the way we gon' work it out.
I am Pastor Julius, and this is my lovely wife,
Lady Ashante.
and we got some really good information that we want to share with you guys called Let's Make Marriage Great Again. A discussion. It's called Let's Make Marriage Great Again. A discussion. It's called Let's Make Discussion.
Ridiculous.
We are back for another edition, episode of MMGA, also known as Make Marriage Great Again.
I don't know how to make it great again. At this point, I'm just sitting on the edge of the couch.
Listen, I'm with my lovely wife over there, just looking just as beautiful as ever.
Oh, they can see.
I know.
The people can see.
Wow, that's pretty arrogant.
I'm just saying, we're on YouTube now, so they can see.
That's pretty arrogant.
You still have your radio voice on.
The part is you're supposed to be like, oh, babe, thanks for, you know what I mean, being so nice. And
you can't tell me what I should and should not be doing.
You're right. You're exactly right.
You know, I wasn't being arrogant, ladies and gentlemen. I was simply communicating that y'all can see.
So listen, y'all listen. We've been a little beefed out the last couple of weeks. We working through a marriage. You know, we working through it.
Yeah,
I love her because I realize that it's about, you know, sometimes covenant has to override confusion.
he just. Is that the pastor in you that always wants to
that's
go
the clarity in
just so
the
deep?
part that wants to just bring clarity to the situation.
Clarity and confusion and the clarification of the condensation.
Oh, the condensation.
You just okay.
So listen, y'all. What's happening in current news, Shante?
No, there's nothing currently happening. The current conversation that we were having
What was that?
before everything started rolling and zooming.
What was that? What was we talking about?
We were talking about one of our beloved people whose family, she had a great Facebook post and it was talking about women and their getting their bodies done and basically men having something to say about it. Basically, you go get a BBL, but you didn't buy a house. And that's what sparked this whole rabbit hole that we can go down when it comes to men having an opinion about women and their bodies and what they're allowed to do with their bodies and what's priority, what's not.
Well, let's be clear. I think priority is key. I think everybody have been, almost pigeonholed back into the corner of what they are and are not supposed to be doing. Men been backed into a corner of what a man's supposed to be doing and all of this stuff for years. We know women have been dogged out for years, let's be clear. But now it's transition, it's into this whole body space. And a lot of women are, you know, wanting to go get work done on their bodies. And I'm of the opinion it's up to you, whatever you want to do. But I do believe that it could be unhealthy if it's birthed from an unhealthy place. I do believe it could be unhealthy, man.
We're not even talking about that. Like, we're not even talking about we're talking about individual wanting to get something done, and an individual that has nothing to do with it having something to say.
Well, let's be clear. It's free speech. We can say whatever you want.
I think the point is that you're not minding your business. Like, just mind your business. Like, and that's the thing. Like, you're right. Everybody has an opinion about it, but should you?
Yeah.
No, it has nothing.
We're human beings.
It has nothing to do. Nobody's in your pockets about a BBL. Nobody's asking you for any money about a BBL. Now, if that is his truth, where he's dating a female and she's like, "Listen, I'm gonna go get my body done. It's 15 bands," and he's like, "I really think you should be, getting your credit in order." And that's different. That's different because now he is thoroughly involved in that. But for you to be sitting back talking about what a woman should and shouldn't be doing or what's priority, and it's literally nothing on you, just be quiet.
Well, let's be clear. It happens every day. People have opinions about everything they come across every single day. And guess what? They're human beings. They're entitled to them. I think the deeper issue is if you as a woman know that he is not thoroughly involved, why does his opinion matter?
Because you should just be quiet. Facebook is full of that, though. Like, I think that's the issue with social media is everybody's an expert. Everybody has something to say. And what's crazy is that the people who have the most to say typically have not endured that, have not gone through that, or are not involved in that. Then shut your mouth.
The reality is I found out you're not going to be able to control people's opinions. They're going to say what they want to say. They're going to perceive it however they want to perceive it. If you really are bent on going in that direction, and that's the route that you're choosing, that's the decision that you made, those opinions should matter less.
So what I'm saying is, when you put something on social media and you say it like that, then you open the door for everybody else's opinions as well.
Absolutely.
So he opened the door. He had something smart to say, and I guarantee he is also the same man that is in DMs of women who have had BBLs.
Probably.
And you are not asking them, hey, honey, do you have a house or you got your butt done? Because you don't care.
Probably not. But at the same respect, there have been men who have been ostracized and dogged out because maybe he lived with his mom and he got a Mercedes-Benz outside. And there have been plenty of women who've had an opinion about that too. So just as well as a person having an opinion about a woman not purchasing a house before she get a BBL, people have had opinions about men.
And so
again,
but like I said to you, was the difference is that big body Benz is not a big body. Like, my body is mine. It's mine. And men love in this great United States of America to dictate to women what should and should not and cannot be allowed to be done with their bodies.
But this wasn't it. It wasn't a post of him saying she shouldn't have got it done.
Saying
this was a priority post.
And my thing is, he can't say that.
Here, not should she or should she not have done it.
He can't say that, and women can't say that either.
I mean, okay.
Because priority is relative. Priority's relative.
Could be.
I may have needed a new car bad, and my dream car became available for an unbelievable rate, and I was able to buy it cash out because I had the cash.
Well, this is my opinion. I'm of the opinion that at the end of the day, priority is relative, meaning people can do whatever they want to do in whatever order they choose to do it in. However,
comma,
if your credit is messed up,
now this is your opinion.
this is my opinion, and you're choosing to continue to go down the path of further messing up your credit, I'm going to venture off to say on the ledge and say your priorities ain't in order. Period. Now, that person might say, I can do whatever I want to do. Yeah, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm of the opinion your priorities are not in order.
That person could then come back at you like, look, man, my mama left me this house. You know what I'm saying? I don't need credit. I got $497,000 liquid cash in the bank from an inheritance.
And you know what I would say?
What?
Touche.
Right. And that's that's the problem with opinion.
And well, that is because you might not know the entire context. But I think any reasonable, sensible person that if that was the comeback, then that person is able to say, I mean, your situation is different. I'm talking about the person that's not their situation.
My thing is, this is what is wrong with the world now. And this is what has made social media so disgusting, is that everybody got something to say and they don't know nothing. They don't know nothing about nothing. They're not masters. They're not experts. They're not anything.
I agree.
2, they've not endured, been through, connected to that situation, nothing.
Well, let's be clear.
They're just looking to see what they have to say and they chime in. And as we talked about this before, that's why when it comes to like superstars and stuff, it's crazy because they have to live this life in the public eye. The public has no idea what goes on behind closed doors.
Well, let's be clear. People have been having opinions since there have been.
But now it's like it's at this greater, because social media travels, I think they say at the sound of light, at the speed of
it's very fast.
Sound.
It's very fast.
And so now it's just the opinions are faster. There are more of them. They're more frequent. And it's like, if you had a platform or if you had anything and the world was in your business, I would love to see it. I would just love to see it. So it's just, for me, I think that when it comes to, and it's for women too, you can have your ideology and what you prefer for a mate that you are looking for, but you cannot make a blanket statement like, oh, all men should have. You can't say that.
That's true.
The man you're looking for, if that's what he needs to have as priorities, then that's you.
Well, that's comes.
But that's not what that young man said. That young man said, y'all's priorities is messed up. Like, sir, if you want the young lady that you're going to marry to not have a BBL over a house, then say that.
Sir, whoever you are out there, you're getting drugged right now. And I just need to let you know, maybe you should have prefaced it and you should have said, my preference is
Thank
that the
you.
woman that I decide to get with would not make the decision to get her body done before she has a home or whatever the case.
And that's all I'm saying is that we cannot continue down this path because you've gotten on me. I have called all Negroes raggedy. And you're like, babe, you cannot call
Facts.
the Negro. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Because there are some unbelievable quality men. But there are certain men who are not. And you have to, again, it's this blanket statement of because it's like, dang, so the women who have decided to get BBLs, who have excellent credit, who have degrees on the wall,
Yeah.
who have, money in the bank,
Yeah.
who just maybe, the housing market sucks right now. Columbus,
does.
Ohio, where we live. $500,000 don't buy you hardly nothing anymore, and maybe she's just waiting out until the market changes.
We don't know what the
we
issue
don't
is.
know, and so for you to make this blanket statement about, well, your priorities is messed up, homeboy, I would love to see your 401k plan, your retirement savings, what you got going on, what's your credit score like.
Hey, it is what it is.
Just make it personal. That's all I'm saying.
It
Because
is
you're
what it
right.
is.
People can say what they want, but if it's your preference, I can't take that away from you. But
And-
what I'm not going to let you do, male or female, is make this blanket statement
Well, you're not going to
about.
stop him from making a blanket statement. All you can do is control how you receive it. All you can do is say, I mean, that don't apply to me, so if it don't apply, let it fly.
I think that is the issue, though. The greater issue is this is why we are deteriorating as just humans.
Why?
Just social media and
I mean,
it's all bad.
it can be.
It's
I
all
think
bad
there's a lot
because
of
think
good in it.
about the
There could be
women
some
who
bad.
now somebody saw that post yesterday and was like, because I coach young women who
Yeah.
are single, who are uber successful, but they don't have a man
Right.
and they don't have a husband.
Right.
They could potentially see this man say that and be thinking that they was gonna get surgery, and that might plague them. Like, oh, well, maybe that'll stop me from getting a husband. Like that's how that stuff works.
Touche.
There might be a man who would see a woman post something about what he gotta have, and that's why he won't go search for a wife.
It happens every day. It happens every day. Unfortunately, social media does play a part in governing life for some people. It does. I mean, it just
I think, unfortunately, all of us are persuaded and
But listen, let's not.
what you not about to do?
Let's not go down.
Is cut me off.
Let's not go down that track.
Okay, but
too
you just
long.
cut me off.
I thought we were finished. I thought we was
Do
finished.
y'all? I'm just gonna look at the team. Do y'all?
mean,
do
I
y'all
thought
see what
we
I
was-
have to go?
I thought we were
Do y'all see
finished.
what I have to go through?
I thought we were finished.
America. Do y'all see what I?
Are we not finished? Did we not?
Are we
get our
finished
points
because
across?
you said you was finished?
Did we not
Or-
get our points across? See y'all ain't praying. My saints that's watching this, y'all ain't praying. Y'all got to start praying because this type of stuff that I've been dealing with, y'all got to start praying.
This has nothing to do
A
with
little
prayer.
hard. Yeah,
This
it
has
does.
everything to do with
It
you
does.
controlling the narrative and
Oh
saying we're
my
done.
goodness.
But we're done though. So right back to you, Bob.
Oh my God.
Now, what you got to say?
Y'all
Whatever
ain't
it is you got to
praying,
say
man.
is just,
Y'all ain't praying. So what we were thinking about talking about was habits versus happiness. Again, another social media post
yeah.
that we saw that is, truth be told, governing our behavior right now. Let's be clear. It's governing what we're talking about right now. Another social media post. This is how powerful social media
It
is.
governs the world.
And the post was, I don't know, you saw it. You told me about it. What was the post?
The post said, excuse me, basically that an individual, if you are not happy, you do not stay in a relationship out of habit, forsaking your happiness or something to the effect of that. And everybody's like commenting, 100, that's right. If you're not happy, that's right. And I saw maybe a couple people, one man was like, I disagree with this. Like, marriage is a commitment and it doesn't settle on happiness or not. It's a commitment first that takes work. And I even told you this morning, happiness is not the responsibility of a spouse. And if you are looking to get married, or if you are married and you are putting the weight of your happiness on a human, sis, it's over with.
So it was like the difference between basically the way I understood it, the way you told me was, he's saying if the reason for you staying married is out of habit,
Yeah, like this is just what I do every day, like
but it's
habitual.
not making you happy,
Right.
then
leave.
Then you should leave.
And my thing is, it came from a single person. So that's number one. Like they don't understand the context of what marriage is not, oh, I'm unhappy, so I'm leaving. What? Like that is crazy.
So the way I see it it's like in marriage, some things are habitual.
Just like in life,
clear.
waking up, showering, washing your butt, those are habitual things that you do every day.
In marriage, whatever it is that you guys do, however you're building your life, some of it is going to become habitual.
Indeed.
There are other portions of marriage that make you happy. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? There's a combination of habits and happiness in marriage. But watch this. I think what you said was so good. Is that if you put the burden or the weight or the responsibility on your mate to make you happy, you are setting yourself up for failure.
Because people will fail you.
And watch this. Above both happiness and habit is a covenant that we made with a holy God.
It's covenant and commitment.
And so his holiness overrides my happiness and our habits.
And even reaches down further into that, because you have people who don't believe in God, and it's still commitment.
It's still commitment.
Like you cannot be committed to something, and the minute you're unhappy, leave that thing. Then you're not committed then.
Well, commitment is doing what you said you do
in spite of
when you don't feel like
right,
it anymore.
absolutely.
That's commitment.
And then he was like, I mean, abuse, like, bro, no. Nobody should be being abused, whether that's physically, emotionally.
Right.
Nobody should be tormented. Nobody should be going through any of those anguishes.
Right.
However, we're not talking about that. We're talking about when because he even said, no, nobody should have to stay in a stale marriage. A marriage is a contract, covenant, communicative capsule between two people, and if it is stale, it is not one person's fault.
The marriage is just the marriage,
right? Like
the marriage is the decision.
Well, the marriage is stale, so I left. Like, well, what did you do to make it not stale?
It's two people. There's no such thing as a bad marriage. Marriages just are. The reality is you have two people that need a lot of work that have entered into this marriage.
So what do you say about the statement of, oh, the marriage is stale, so I'm out?
I would say you might be stale.
Wow.
I would say maybe you're stale.
Like a open bag of chips.
Hey, the one who's seen it, if you're seeing the problem,
right,
maybe you're the problem.
And why would you not bring resolve to the situation? And I get it. You have spouses who are stubborn. Like, I want to go out more. I don't want to go out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You have these things, but marriage is I tell everybody, it is the hardest yet most satisfying relationship that you will ever be in.
It's like, the issue is we enter into these marriage covenants still very, very selfish and individualistic.
Yeah.
And I believe that we should both be able to maintain our identity. Yeah. Even though we've come together, right?
Yes.
But you have these selfish, individualistic people entering into it. And so now what happens is the covenant that they've entered into does not become top priority. The commitment to themselves, the commitment to each other does not become top priority. The commitment to themselves remain top priority in a marriage. Yeah. And so if I'm committed to myself more than I'm committed to you, but yet I'm married, the moment things happen to where there needs to be some adjustments made in order for marriage to stay, but my commitment is to myself, I don't care. And so I'm still going to only do what makes me happy and what makes me satisfied, because my commitment is to me first. My commitment is not to you first. And it's like that in a lot of relationships. If my marriage, if my commitment is to you and I have a commitment to me, you're able to tell very quickly where the value of commitment lies by what they do. It is a fact. I'm committed to me first. So no, my marriage commitment is not top priority here. My commitment is to me. And it's going to be evidenced by me not willing to do the things that are necessary in order to help this marriage push forward and thrive.
Well, and people, I mean, it goes into, well, I don't feel like I should have to. It's been, all of these years. I've been saying the same thing.
Again,
you know what I mean?
It's covenant. Again, I believe
But
from
you're
a Christian perspective.
right, but you're speaking from that perspective, and not everybody enters marriage on that perspective.
Here's the reality of the situation, though. We're coming from a Christian perspective. Let me be clear, y'all. This podcast is coming from a Christian perspective.
Right, but how do you minister to the ones that are not?
So I minister to the ones that are not, by helping them not put the burden of happiness on their spouse. Because a lot of the times when we say, I'm not happy,
yeah, you're not happy. You're not happy.
You're not happy.
It has really not a lot to do with your marriage. You're not happy. You're not satisfied. And my suggestion is that if you are not happy, take yourself and figure out what makes you happy. And again, I mean, we've been married 10 years and
10, y'all.
10
I've been married for
years.
I married one woman, right?
Don't.
And I've been married to 7. I got married one time, but I've been married to 7 different women in 10 years, y'all. It's been 7 of them. It's been good, but it's been 7 of them. I promise you that, y'all. Yeah. Whatever. Yep. I had to interject that. Yes. So anyways, as you were saying.
If you've been married to 7 women, then I have had 14 husbands.
Probably. That's probably true.
14.
That's probably true, y'all. I ain't
14.
gonna lie. Hey, it is what
I've had at least 10 husbands because every year you've morphed.
Wow.
I didn't say it was bad. Now, did I? See? I didn't. I said, but you morphed. So I've been married to 10 different men. I've been married to Jew. I've been married to Julius.
Who is Jew?
Jew is who I met. Gang. That's Jew.
All right, and then who else you been married to?
Jew I married was this street savvy, fresh out of the penitentiary, was gaming me all crazy.
Gaming you?
Well, I gamed you first, but then it came back. I gamed you. I gamed you in Sunday school, but then it was like, oh, I'm about to game her. And he took me y'all to Grader's, which is my favorite ice cream spot. And he was staying up all night on the phone till 6, 7 in the morning and having to be at work at 9. I was Jew. Then it was Julius, then it was like, Julius was like this guy and we were in church together and, he was just really working on everything. And he was, he didn't want to have sex and he would, be speaking in Hebrew in the corner. And I was Julius. Then there was Minister or Elder Julius. Oh, Elder Julius is a different guy.
And who was he?
Elder Julius was this guy that was like, hey, listen, get ready because we're getting ready to plant a church. That was Elder Julius. Then it was Entrepreneurial Jew. An entrepreneurial Jew is...
What he do?
He's still here. He's still consistent.
Still here right now.
He's who I'm sitting next to now. He's boss man. He's bossy.
Is he driven?
Ambitious, driven. Yeah,
Is he goal oriented? I mean, you're saying a lot of negative things here.
I don't know. He's all those goal. Yeah, he's all those things.
All right.
Then there's Pastor Julius.
And who was that?
He's the one that wakes me up at 3:30 in the morning to talk about Enneagram tests and scripture references.
and then who else we got?
And now you're like a hybrid. Like year 10, you're a hybrid. You are Jew at times. You are entrepreneur. You are Pastor Julius. You're like this hybrid. I think you move more fluid now in all of those.
I'm understanding my roles better.
Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah, because it was hard shifts every time our life was dynamic. It was very hard shifts. But now it's like you're more, after 10 years, you're kind of like, oh, I can be here. And then you kind of come out.
Here's the question. We said this was about habits and happiness. Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
You are?
And I'm working on my happiness. So I have 3 trips planned this month that
you do.
You're not going on.
We got to talk about this too, because I'm not going, but yet funds are going in that direction.
Oh,
we gotta have
that's
a conversation.
but that's
have a conversation about this because this is getting
ladies and
crazy,
gentlemen, let me help y'all. I will never have to talk about money because 40 grand was taken on a business venture. I don't ever have to say anything about a trip.
See, and this is where it's not fair because she's dangling that in order to get her way.
No.
That's toxic.
I'm not dangling it. What I'm saying is
You
that
just brought it up.
I'm saying, hey, listen, I need to get away. I want to go see my mother for her birthday.
Touche.
I'm going to go. One of my good friends was a client, is turning 30. I'm going to Chicago.
Touche.
And we're going away for our anniversary.
We are 10 years, man.
So, and what it was crazy, y'all, is that I have not been away by myself to do these things in 10 years.
That's been a while.
And the only trip that I've ever taken without you was when me, Brandy, and Maria went to Chicago, and that was work basically. I had to do it.
Went to New York too.
Yes, that was like a day and a half of torture. We will never do that again. It was actually 24 hours. As Brandy's letting me know, it was 24 hours. Yeah. So, and I've evolved in the 10 years that we've been married. I've said, you know what? I'm not happy, but it really ain't got nothing to do with you. It's really me. What's all of that for? What's all it is?
Looking at the camera.
What is all it is?
You know what I mean? It's a little nonverbal communication.
What are you saying then?
I mean, we'll address that on another rendition, another edition, another episode.
Bet.
Well, I'll run down the different 7 women that I've been married to, and I don't know if we necessarily have the time on this one because it's a little bit more intimate.
I'm in prayer and meditation right now. I'm not even listening to what you're saying.
It's a little more intricate. The details are a little more intricate when you deal with...
Oh, so you can communicate. You can communicate in details when you're talking about me, but you can't communicate in detail any other time?
When you deal with the many faces and facets of womanhood as a man...
Watch your tongue. Watch your tongue.
You gotta get a little crazy, y'all.
Watch your tongue.
I'm just trying to just keep it all the way real, but as a man...
Quit looking at them.
No, I want you guys to
quit looking at them. Look at me.
Understand
Look at me.
What I've been dealing with. Somebody come help. No, I'm just playing. I'm happy. It's been a good ride, and boy, has it been a ride. It's been a good ride, man.
Life was dynamic, man. Jesus, we got married.
We did.
I was pregnant with our son. Our son was born 2 months early. He spent a month in the NICU.
Listen, that was the scariest time in my life.
Right. We never, you talking about married people, like when you go through life, it either can break your marriage or it can grow your marriage. We had a lot of growing. We bought a house. We got pregnant again. We had a second baby. Then we started a business and we started a church. All within like the first 5 years.
It was nuts. I don't even know how I was telling Shantae this morning, he was on the phone, I was like, look, it's a miracle.
That we are still married.
That we're still married, considering all of the twists and turns. And we've never really been at odds all crazy. Like, there's been seasons where we weren't seeing eye to eye on things, but it's been nothing real detrimental.
No.
But just the twists and the turns of life that we've been able to endure together. And we're here after 10 years strong. Yeah. Stronger than ever, y'all. So
we dated for a year. And then we got married.
Yeah.
So ladies, if he's telling you year 5, get out of there.
A year. Listen, before y'all get married, a year so you can see him in all 4 seasons. That's important.
Because he may not act the same in the summer as he does in December. It's a nice...
Well, yeah, I bet it is. Lord Jesus. Listen, y'all. Habits versus happiness. I think we got to go deeper and we got to be connected to something greater than thinking.
Let's just do a part 2.
I think we should.
Okay, bet. We'll do a part 2.
Let's do a part 2. So listen, this has been this episode 1 of Habits versus Happiness.
Part 1.
Part 1,
Part 1.
And we're going to be bringing y'all part 2.
Of the H&H.
Of the H and the H.
Mm-hmm.
And so just make sure y'all stay tuned in. Love you. We'll see you next time.
Peace.